Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Well, good morning and thanks for kicking off your Tuesday with us. I'm Justine Stewart.
And I'm Louis George. Hopefully having a great start to your day. It was another beautiful one yesterday, Justine. We were able to get out, went to the Blue Mountain Recreation Area.
Oh, beautiful up there.
I'd never been there before.
Yeah.
My goodness, it was nice.
You're getting to go out and explore. Now we've got some beautiful days.
I know. Yeah, it seemed like it was smoky, and then all of a sudden it got really cold there for a while.
Yeah.
Now we're getting these 50s and 60s
the days
out
we
there.
deserve.
Exactly. And we're going to see another one of those today. We're going to have to throw in the winds, though, Justine. We're going to see a pretty breezy day kick up by this afternoon, and this is as a front is going to approach. So wind advisory in place for anywhere in the tan. That's pretty much all of northwestern Montana, and then the valleys down towards Missoula and Hamilton. Winds could gust around 35 to 40 miles per hour in the tan there. We could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts and that high wind warning shaded in yellow. And then because of the mild temperatures, because of the winds, and then very low relative humidity, we have a red flag warning in place today, so high fire danger. That's also going to be a concern. Here's a look at your forecast for this afternoon. Temperatures pretty much where they were yesterday, upper 50s and lower 60s. We could even get some middle 60s there in Hamilton. Sunny skies with those winds picking up later on in the day.
In Lake County, first responders may need to travel long distances to respond to an emergency. MTN's Augusta McDonald has more on how Lake County staff are taking on the challenge with the new life-saving equipment and training.
When someone's heart stops beating in Lake County, sheriff's deputies might actually be the first people on scene who could save their life. Now they'll be carrying new equipment that could help them do that.
23 AEDs, that is, automatic external defibrillators, have been installed in every officer's cruiser, plus there's one in the courthouse. A local family foundation granted $25,000 to provide these devices.
I was actually in the community one day, and a gentleman and him and his wife walked up and says, "This is something we do in the communities. We did it in other communities. We would like to see whether Lake County Sheriff's Office would like to be part of this." And I said, yes, we would.
Sheriff Bell says all deputies and many of the courthouse staff are trained and are ready to use the new AEDs.
You pull this down, it's pretty simple. The green, this tab here, we pull this tab, out comes the trays you can see with the pads in it. We will open the pads up, one to go on the chest here, one to go on the side of the chest here. You push the heart button. It checks the patient, what rhythm or what it needs, whether it needs a shock. If it needs a shock, it'll tell us. It tells you it's charging. It tells everybody to stand clear. And then you push the shock button, it will shock the person, and then it'll tell you to start doing CPR again, doing chest compressions and breathing.
I know in my career, I've did CPR on five individuals, 3 adults and 2 infants, and I would love to have had one of these to increase the odds on those people.
He says the devices will increase the patient's chances of surviving.
Reporting in Polson, I'm Augusta McDonald for MTN News.
A pair of health insurers selling individual policies on the Obamacare marketplace in Montana can now file new rates for 2018 policies. That news Monday is a reversal from last Friday when it appeared the companies would have to eat substantial costs next year in wake of the Trump administration canceling some subsidies. State Insurance Commissioner Matt Rosendale said on Monday Pacific Source and the Montana Health Co-op can refile rates on certain 2018 policies. Both companies say they'll file for higher rates to cover costs incurred by the loss of what are known as cost-sharing reduction subsidies. Those subsidies offset out-of-pocket discounts for low-income customers. The Trump administration announced last week it is canceling the subsidies, saying they were not properly authorized by Congress. Pacific Source Vice President Todd Lusheen says the news means the individual policy marketplace will remain competitive here in Montana.
It's really good that we were able to work with Commissioner Rosendale and CMS in order to reopen that window. It will allow us to really be in that level playing field and be in the marketplace. Montana has been fortunate and kept its 3 original insurers within that marketplace, and so I think competition is really healthy for this market.
Rosendale said he's disheartened by the company's new filings because they had said they would honor the original rates regardless of federal actions. but the insurers say they had always expected to file for new rates if the policy ground rules do change. The other company selling individual policies in Montana is Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Flu season, of course, just around the corner, and health officials want to make sure you are taking the proper steps to stay healthy. Health officials are saying to stick to these 5 tips to help ward off germs this flu season. Wash your hands often, get quality sleep, eat healthy, exercise for physical and mental health, and vaccinate to avoid disease. If you do start to feel under the weather, Kalispell Regional Healthcare offers KRH Care Anywhere. It's an online clinic for minor illnesses. On this website, you can speak with a medical provider at any point of the day or night to get the quick care you may need. October is when many healthcare providers do recommend that you get your flu shot. Glacier Park Superintendent says he's seen firsthand how climate change is changing our national park. Jeff Mao spoke at the first ever Montana Climate Assessment in Kalispell. He talked about the summer's fires that burned tens of thousands of acres. At the same time, other parts of the park saw snow. Mao says he saw firsthand the effects of climate change while working in national parks in Alaska and believes that adapting to changing weather is how the parks will survive.
Thinking about the changes that were talked about in the climate assessment are some of those things we have to be thinking about in terms of vulnerabilities of our structures, vulnerabilities of our trails and our roads, all our built infrastructure. We really need to be thinking as we go into the future of what's going to work for the next 100 years.
The link to the entire Montana Climate Assessment Report is available on our website at KPAX.com. The 8,000 people evacuated from homes threatened by wildfires in Mendocino County, California, have been allowed to return home to see what is left. Tens of thousands of evacuees in other hard-hit counties like Napa and Sonoma still waiting for permission to go back to their communities. Recent blazes in Northern California have killed more than 40 people. Crews have been hard at work bracing up the remains of the burned-out Sperry Chalet in Glacier National Park. The historic landmark burned to the ground in the Sprague fire back in late August. A 10-member crew flew up to Sperry Chalet last week to stabilize the walls of the dormitory building before winter sets in. The workers are bracing the walls and gables, and they're putting collars around the chimneys. Park officials say the crew is trying to protect the stone masonry structure from the snow that's going to push on the sides of the walls, as well as the winds. The work is expected to wrap up this week. The park will assess how the structure fared through the winter and develop additional steps next spring. The Glacier National Park Conservancy launched the Sperry Action Fund campaign that supported nearly all of the stabilization efforts. Well, London was cloaked in a strange orange glow after Storm Ophelia caused a dust phenomenon and turned the sun red. The bizarre red sun was seen over parts of the UK after the former hurricane pulled in tropical air, dust, and debris from southern Europe and Africa. While winds were moderate in the British capital, the yellow sky did surprise Londoners, many of whom posted pictures on social media. All right, time to send on over to Lewis now this morning. He's got your weather on the 8s.
All right, thank you, Justine. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good start to the day. It was beautiful yesterday. Have several really nice pictures to show for you. Here, I want to show you this one from Christine yesterday. This was taken in the Swan River Valley, so very nice picture there. You got the clouds mixed with mixed with some blue sky. Really nice background. It's Kristen. Thank you so much for sending that one in to us. And then we'll get to some other ones as we move throughout the morning here. Quick look at your temperatures, mostly in the 20s, 30s, and even 40s this morning. So not as cool as what we saw yesterday. Still, though, seeing some pretty chilly temperatures out there with 28 in Missoula, 29 in Kalispell and Thompson Falls, 28 in St. Regis, but then we're seeing some 40s in places like Hamilton and Polson, 47 waking up this morning in Phillipsburg. Now, like we've been talking about all morning, the winds, that's going to be the main story for today. We're really going to see them pick up by this afternoon and evening time. So not too bad this morning. Watch, though, as we get into the late afternoon. We stopped this around 3:30 p.m. Sustained winds, Missoula, Kalispell, 19, 20 miles per hour. That doesn't factor in the gusts of around 35 to possibly even 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Then as you head over in north central Montana, look at that Cut Bank, a sustained winds of around 30 miles per hour. And here's where we have that high wind warning. We can see those gusts of around 60, even 70 miles per hour. It's going to last all the way through the evening time. Sustained winds possibly up to 30 miles per hour in Kalispell by around 6 p.m. And then as we get later on into the night, we stop this around 12 a.m. very early tomorrow morning. Winds slide off to the east. They're going to die down tomorrow. Still, though, could be a little breezy at times with winds gusting into the 20s. Nowhere near, though, like what we're going to see this afternoon. Then as far as our temperatures go, it's going to be really mild, even warm as we move throughout the next several days. And to see that, we're going to go to our upper air map. Here's the jet stream. A little bit cooler tomorrow. Look at this little dip. We're stopping this Wednesday. That's going to bring highs into the 50s. But then Thursday, that's when we're going to see the warmest temperatures. We're going to get this ridge, could get those highs in the 60s and lower 70s. It's not going to last long, though, as watch what happens for the weekend. Saturday, dip in the jet stream, cooler air moves in from Canada, highs dropping back down into the 40s. Here's your 7-day forecast for Hamilton. 66 today, 61 tomorrow. How about 70 on Thursday? And then there's that big drop for Friday and Saturday with highs only in the 40s.
Wow, all right, big change then coming on up.
Yeah, it's crazy. You go from 71 day right back down to the 40s the next.
All right, well, thanks, Lewis, and stick around. We're right back after this. But first, we do have some birthday shout-outs for you this morning.